The following Let's Play has been rated perfectly fine to watch. Any attempts to break the game are for entertainment value only. However, if any typos happen to be found... Alright, Kirby's Dream Land 3. This is the second game in which dark matter comes along to want to destroy the world, as this little opening is going to be demonstrating for us. Apparently there's more than one dark matter, because Gooey is a dark matter. And he's a friendly dark matter. In fact, there's Gooey there in the opening. Let's just skip the rest of this opening. Kirby's Dream Land 3. Not only with animal buddies, but even more animal buddies, as we're going to go ahead and quickly go into. And we got these types of openings again. I kind of miss these little special openings. No more overworld map in this one, that's kinda sad. They actually stopped using overworld maps altogether until Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Alright, so, start the level. If I press the A button, there's Gooey, controlled by the computer. Gooey can also be controlled by a second player. Once again, we have a co-op Kirby game. And until Kirby and the Magic Mirror comes out, this will be the last co-op Kirby game. I think. Was Nightmare in Dreamland co-op enabled? I know it had multiplayer mini-games, but I don't know. Also, they got rid of the multiple attacks in this game. All your attacks only do one thing, with the exception of your animal buddies. So we, of course, already know Rick, who is cute, and... what button is this? The trigger button. So, of course, he can do that. And if you're really good, you can make the Boomer Kirby ring kind of have trouble returning. But we also got this guy over here. This is... I don't know what his name is, but he's a cat. We grab him. And this is what his attack with the boomerang is. Pretty powerful. Although it only shoots up in the air. Now, even though the cat can't fly, the cat has a triple jump, which is pretty cool. Now let's get rid of him and get back to Rick. I need to find a wall. One of my problems with Rick in Kirby's Dream Land 2 is, unlike Who and Kine, he doesn't really have very many special abilities. I mean, he has the ability to not slip on ice, but that only comes into play like 3 or 4 levels in the entire game. But in this game, he actually can climb on walls or jump on walls. He can wall jump. In fact, here's a good wall to demonstrate that. And it's infinite jump, so you can just keep on doing that. So that's pretty handy. And we could also head bop those kind of blocks. And in fact, let me find another enemy real quick. First off, let me see. I was hoping to get rid of Gooey because I knew he would do that. Stay back there, Gooey. Let's see, if I do this... You can also jump on enemies in this game. This is like the only Kirby game I know of that you can jump on enemies. Well, with the exception of course... How do I get rid of you? There. Most Kirby games, in order to jump on enemies without taking damage, you have to fall from a certain height. But apparently that distance is lessened here. I bet if I just lightly jump it won't work. See here. Go in here. Goodbye, Rick. Yeah. So it's not that you can jump on enemies all the time, it's just that the drop distance for you to head crush enemies is lessened in this particular game. But that's still pretty cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next game. Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. The story goes that dark matter has returned once again, except he attacked some other planet because he was getting tired of getting his butt kicked by Kirby. Unfortunately, in his attempt to grab this magical crystal, some fairy escaped to Kirby's world, and now he has to come to Dreamland to cause trouble there anyway. Or something like that. This is lazy title screen. Everybody's just standing there. They're not even looking at you. They're just standing there, whatever. So let's go ahead and... Oh, they can change directions. Well, that's less lazy. So let's go ahead and select the file here. Yep. And we have an opening which looks pretty nice. We're just going to skip that because I'm low on time. Level 1, Pop Star. Once again, no overworld map. Instead, we have a stage select screen of crayon sorts. Although this game doesn't look like crayons. It looks like this. Alright, good. You still have the run ability in this game. That's one thing I don't think I mentioned in Kirby's Dream Land 2. In Kirby's Dream Land 2, you don't have the run ability. Alright, so we got powers, of course. No animal buddies once again, and the powers only do one thing each. But what is interesting about this game in particular... What button is it? This button. If we do this... This combines powers. So now we have a flame sword. For some reason, this game is not as popular as other Kirby games, and I could probably understand why, because... You know, screw that. How is that not hitting that? Oh, it's not actually going up, or is it? Is it going sideways? I don't know. Let's get rid of this. What about this power? We got needles. That looks slightly painful. It's probably easier to use in Kirby's Dream Land 2. So if we combine needle with cutter, what do we get here? Wow. Wow. This game has interesting powers. Now the goal in this game in particular, oh wait, I forgot to mention something in Kirby's Dream Land 3. Now in Kirby's Dream Land 2, your goal is to find the rainbow drops. In Kirby's Dream Land 3, every stage has a special objective that you're supposed to complete. For example, in the first stage, there's this room with these flowers. In order to get the special item from that stage, you have to not step on those flowers. Pretty interesting. In the Crystal Shards, they started using the every stage has something to collect objective, which gets kind of tiresome, I think. In this case, we're supposed to collect the Crystal Shards. There's 3 of them in every stage. Or is there 4 of them? Maybe it's varied. Maybe some of them have 3 and some of them have 4. Unfortunately, no animal buddies in this game, and even though you kind of have this cool thing where you can combine powers, powers don't do anything but one thing each, and there is no co-op mode. Unfortunate. But yeah, this is Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. Wait, what did I do? What? That's a glitch! That is a freaking glitch! Or is it? What the heck? You go into the menu, and even though it remembers where you are, before it actually loads the game, it shows the Nintendo 64 logo. Maybe it's just taking a moment to actually load the save state, and so they figure they show you that while it's loading or something. Maybe it's done on purpose. I don't know. Alright, we're almost out of time, or almost over time. Maybe I am almost over time. So, let's find out what this challenge mode is like, because I'm a little bit curious why that is too far. Why there are save files here. Let's get a little bit of a teaser here. We'll choose file 2 because I never choose file 1. We'll skip this. I already know what's going on. He basically tells you stuff. Interesting. So they still have an overworld on this. And it's a Kirby's Adventure style of overworlds. So that's going to be interesting. What is this? Training room. Lets you try out different powers. Yeah, I'll try that out. Since we're about to try out the sword. In this game, it's not only co-op, Well, actually, I don't think this is in particular is co-op. Is challenge mode co-op? I don't know. Kirby's Return to Dreamland was co-op, up to 4 players. You can have up to 4 Kirbys, or you could also play as King DDD, Meta Knight, and Waddle Dee, who each had their own permanent abilities. But once again, we have different abilities depending on context sensitivity. So that's pretty cool. It's a Kirby's Return to Dreamland, awesome game, pretty solid. Let's go ahead and just start this. Sword challenge. You got a time limit of 3 minutes. Yes, we'll go ahead and finish. Your goal is to get a high score, and to do that, kill enemies in fancy ways, and collect all these coins. Okay, no, never mind on the kill enemies in fancy ways. I guess they're just 50 points each. Yep, 50 points each. Now this is how you do a tutorial. Put a sign in the background. Don't have a little instruction book at the start of the game. Signs. This is how you do a tutorial. It's awesome. Awesome. That is awesome. Now, in this challenge mode, you can't actually switch powers. It's just this one power that you're supposed to have for the entire minigame. And of course, different levels have different... You know, if there's a stage select screen, that must mean there's going to be bosses along the way. I wonder what bosses... Ooh. Gonna do this. Goodbye. But anyway, you're based on how many your score is based on how many coins you collect, obviously, and how many enemies you defeat, obviously. But along with that, your score is also going to be based on how much time you have left. So, and if you take damage, you lose points. So don't take damage. Run! I can tell challenge mode is going to be fun, especially if you've got different levels and stuff. That was unexpected. I figure it's like, hey, here's some powers, go through these challenges. But no, you got levels to go through. Not just the challenges. I want to know what this does. Bonus room. Oh, wait a sec. What was I doing there? What was the purpose of getting rid of this bridge? That's a bottomless pit. I don't get it. I'm almost out of time. Let's just hurry this up. Oh, crap. Let me down. And there's the end. That's probably not going to be a great score. Silver. Nope, just silver. Like 500 points away from getting a gold. File 2 gets the record. Ghost race? I'm going to assume that you race your ghost. Or is it? Race the ghost? Is it me that I'm racing, or is it a challenge ghost created by the developers? Yeah, it's definitely me, because he's stopping to talk about the signs. Anyway, now that we're done with this, let's exit the stage, and in fact, we're going to go ahead and return to Kirby's Dream Land 2. Yep, there's boss battles. I won't be showing that off, unfortunately. We're going to go ahead and return to Kirby's Dream Land 2 for the sake of ending this Let's Play. Because... Alright, so yeah, that is pretty much the end of this Let's Play, and now I can get on to the review. Well, except I can't. You see, there's a little bit of a problem I encountered while trying to write the script for the review. You know how at the end of the last episode I said that this game was pretty much the weakest of the classic... No, not the weakest. It's one of the weakest of the classic Kirby platformers. I should probably explain this myself. You see, Kirby's Dream Land 2 had the unfortunateness of being the follow-up of Kirby's Adventure on the NES, and Kirby's Adventure happens to be my favorite Kirby game of all time. Kirby's Adventure is a really tough act to follow. So when I played this game, well, I really did enjoy this game, so much in fact that the copy that I did for the Let's Play is the very same copy that I got whenever the game was new. So yeah, it's definitely a keeper. But every time I try to want to review this game, I can't help but compare it to Kirby's Adventure. And Kirby's Adventure is, for me, definitely the superior game. There are so many things that Kirby's Adventure did better. And now, recently, last year, I did that failed Let's Play with Lantis, and even though I had some initial qualms about how the game controlled, I wound up really enjoying it. More than this game. So now, not only do I keep wanting to compare this game to Kirby's Adventure, I also want to compare it to Kirby's Dream Land 3. And so, while I was writing the review, I just kept making those comparisons, and the review was just turning out really negative, and I really don't want to upload a negative review. I actually feel kind of sorry for this game, you know? It's sort of like the middle child of the series. We got Big Brother Kirby's Adventure, who is quite accomplished and stuff. You got the little sister Kirby's Dream Land 3, who is all, "Hey guys, look what I can do!" And then you got this game. And it doesn't help that this game is the only handheld adventure of the three games. So, after doing some thinking, I decided, you know, I'm not going to do the review. Well, I will do a review, but not specifically for this game. I have a lot to say about these three games together. I want to make that comparison. But before I do that, what I think I'm going to go ahead and do is something. Okay, I remembered. So, a few years back, I actually did a Let's Play of Kirby's Adventure. That Let's Play actually kind of sucked, and I'd like to redo it. So eventually, I'm going to redo it. Plus, as I mentioned before, the Let's Play that I tried doing with Lantis was plagued with technical issues, and we have both agreed that eventually we're going to redo that Let's Play as well. So, what I'm planning is, eventually, both of those games are going to get Let's Played again. After we do those Let's Plays, I'm going to be doing a review for all three together. It'll be a while because, like I said, next we're going to be doing Super Paper Mario again. And I don't know when I will be redoing the Let's Play of Kirby's Adventure. I don't know when we're going to be redoing the Let's Play of Kirby's Dream Land 3, but we'll get to those eventually. It'll certainly be a while. Until then, we can't really conclude this Let's Play.